Oh,
Hello, 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 and we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, thank you all to the viewers watching tonight. We've got a really cool episode back within the live stream. So tonight we are joined by Event Officer Isaac Yotzi. Thanks for
yo,
always
hello,
being here,
hello.
Isaac.
Yeah.
And we have special guest William Minter, 3D artist from Upsurge Studios. Welcome, Will.
Hello.
So throughout tonight's live stream, if anyone has questions, please do feel free to pop them in chat. But I'm really excited for tonight. Will has been a professional 3D artist for a few years now, and 3D art is something that I'm currently studying at a very, very, very baby level. But would love to hear some tips and tricks. And I've had a little bit of look through your work, Will, and it's pretty damn impressive. It's pretty awesome.
It
Um,
definitely is.
even going back to your AIE stuff, which we'll bring up on the
Mm.
screen a little bit later, but pretty awesome stuff. So quite talented man you are.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll pass over. I'll pass over to Isaac to run. But yeah, feel free to pop
Mhm.
any questions in the chat, and we'll get them answered. Thanks, everyone.
Sweet, easy. Thank you for that, Matt. Sweet. Hello, hello, Minty. I guess I'll ask you a very broad and general question is can you kind of tell us a bit about yourself?
By myself.
Mhm.
So should I start with like when I graduated AIE?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
just about
basically
yourself in
just
general,
yeah,
yeah.
general. Yeah, so I graduated AIE just last year, and I recently got a job straight up Upsurge after graduating. Yeah,
Mm. Oh, awesome,
yeah.
sweet. Sweet. And how's the AI experience? So you went through AIE's art, I believe as a VFX student. Can you kind of tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I started off in game art for the first year, and then and then I just moved on to VFX for the second year, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, sweet. And
Yeah.
what made you change from game art to VFX?
It was mostly because I've had contracting experience from the
Mm,
past doing animations and stuff like more closer to VFX. So that's
mm.
why I switched to VFX. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Like
And what was it
things
like
has
to
oh,
yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. And what was it like to study through AIE? What was the experience like?
Yeah, it was good. Like you get to network with people and I learn things like version control, which you wouldn't even like use when you're working by yourself. So it like yeah, it's
Mm.
very collaborative, and you get to work with different streams as well, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Was there a huge difference between, I guess, the game art you were studying and then into the VFX side of stuff, or was it pretty seamless?
Um, I think as artists, I mean, it's not too different. Yeah, we're just making 3D art assets at the end of the day, but I
Mm.
guess the difference is that you have programmers and designers in games that you're also working alongside. Yeah.
Okay, yep, yep, yep. That makes sense. Um, and I guess in terms of like software and stuff, what is the difference between game art and VFX? And like, what kind of software are you
Oh,
using as a VFX student?
yeah. So in VFX, in the film industry, it's more common to it. I mean, it's not more common, but it is pretty common to use Mari instead of Substance Painter, just because of and UDIMs. So basically,
Mm.
supporting many, many, many 4K textures into uh one set of textures, basically.
Hmm.
And I guess the yeah big difference is that well, I guess the quality as well is a bit different. You do sub D modeling, and you don't really do too much of baking high poly to low poly in
Mm.
VFX. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense. Sweet. And now you are currently a part of Upsurge Studios. I might get Matt to kind of cycle through some images as we talk in the background. But what everyone in chat will see is a combination of stuff Minty has worked on as an AIE student and produced, as well as stuff that Upsurge Studios has worked on. So not necessarily himself at the studio. Um, Sweet. And can you kind of tell us a bit about Upsurge Studios for our audience?
Upsurge Studios. So we're a outsourcing company that we outsource level design, level art, and high quality assets like characters and things like that. And these are some of the stuff that Upsurge has worked on. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
Upsurge.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's extremely high quality. It's super satisfying to
Mm.
look at. Yeah, cool. Can you talk a bit about I guess the stuff Upsurge has worked on?
Yeah. So we've actually released like a article on level 80 recently, and
Mm.
it sort of goes in depth about Upsurge. But basically, we've worked on things like Path of Exile 2, Diablo Res 3 Resurrect, Diablo 2 Resurrected,
Mm-hmm.
and Pavlov VR, and those are sort of like the big names that everyone's probably heard of. But
Mm.
we do like so much more than that. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Gosh, yeah, it's crazy the big like AAA games you guys are working on. It's really cool. Um, Sweet. And I suppose now that you're working at Upsurge, how is the stuff you learned throughout AIE helping you through that?
Um, I guess I mean teamworking is always like that's a really big. I think that's one of the biggest thing about AIE, that you get to work with a group of people, and
Mm.
you get to sort of like make like do the pipeline with a group of people.
Mhm.
Um, what else has helped me? I guess yeah, I guess that's probably the biggest one. Yeah.
The biggest one? Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
It's good timing actually because your AIE student reel is playing right now.
Uh,
So this is a collection of stuff you made throughout your time here at AIE. Want to
yeah.
talk a bit about them?
Yeah, so a lot of these were from the specialization in VFX that VFX class has, and it's basically a period of time where you get to pick either like effects like in Houdini, or like things like modeling and compositing and things like that. And
Mm.
so yeah, so I picked 3D modeling, and this is like just some of the stuff that I made, I guess, throughout
Mm.
then.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. Or actually, the ducks just came up, so I'll talk about the
Uh,
ducks. Tell us the story about the ducks, Minty.
yeah. So the first time I met Isaac
Mm.
was doing a duck pitch at a office at AIE,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
basically I basically pitched to everyone that I'm happy to make a rubber duck 3D model for anyone that wants a rubber duck in their game. And yeah, and I was like, I even explained like why every game should have a duck and things like that as sort of like a joke. But
Mm.
yeah, and so yeah, it was good. And in second year in AIE, I ended up making a rubber duck for every group in the Canberra campus. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you giving that pitch, and I don't think I've ever laughed that hard before. You did like a market
Yeah.
research about games that had rubber
Yeah.
ducks in them and how successful they were. It was great.
It would be
Yeah.
surely it would be hard to find data on games that have ducks that isn't successful
A
or that aren't
surprising
successful.
Mm.
It was a surprising amount of games actually you referenced that had rubber duck Easter eggs. It was great.
Yeah.
We do have a viewer question, which was quite a good
Mm.
one, which I thought I'd quickly pop in and ask.
Mm.
So someone had asked as we were flicking through all these images, and I think we'll go through them a
Mhm.
bit. The question was, how long did it take you to make this?
The
Well,
ducks?
obviously, we've shown a
Ooh.
lot of work, so let's start with the rubber ducks and we can move on from there. But how long did this on screen? How long does it take you to model a rubber duck and texture?
Usually like a day.
Yeah.
It's a really good like fun exercise, and be able to like go from this nothing to like a finished product within a day. So yeah.
Yeah. You do get
Mm.
quicker at it. I did watch you actually model a duck
Mm.
at Gamacon, and that one took you maybe
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we had in here. So that was some of the Upsurge work. Sorry. So let me bring up the Walkman. How about this one?
Oh yeah. The Walkman. So that's been a pretty long project. I think I spent like 3 weeks on that. And yeah, it's because of all the interior details, and I didn't have the actual Sony Walkman with me, so that probably also made it so it took longer because I had to get more images off the internet to get the interior details.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say like it could take up to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm.
This piece here, model desk and
Yeah, I think that's like I think I did that in like a month, but it was like from time to time throughout AIE. So I sort of did this in my free time while I was at AIE.
yeah,
Yeah, so,
Mm.
so it was around a month, yeah.
fire hydrant.
Yeah, so this was also within the specialization, and we had to make 3 models for the specialization, and it went for 9 weeks. So we had 3 weeks each. So this one also took 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think there was the wooden pedestal.
Oh yeah, this one with the modeling is really simple because yeah, it's just a hexagon, right? So yeah, it was mainly a texturing exercise, and it took. I think I only spent really like 3 days since I only just wanted to look at the textures.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Throughout your video, I am just going to quickly pop it up on screen again, and we might just skip through some because there was another piece that was really good too. So you can see a bit of a hot. I'll pause there for the audience to kind of see. I'll pause the Oh, it's not allowing me to do it. All right. Anyway. Oh, there you go. A nice little shot of the how. Oh man, topography
Yeah,
is
the
hard.
wireframe.
Topography
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
hard. Like,
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah, I've got
Yeah.
in my circles. I've just been trying to do like underneath arms and everything. It's just no, it's not pretty. Like on T poses.
Mm.
There's another piece as well. Where was it? Oh, this one. This was amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was also another one for the specialization, and this was the last one that I did. And the texture ended up looking. I didn't have too much time on the texture since the modeling did take so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one also did take 3 weeks. And one thing with this is that I actually went to the local cafeteria and asked to take a bunch of photos of their barista machine, and they said sure. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna model that. Yeah. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, no, that was awesome. Do you feel like since you were a student, do you feel like you've come a long way since then till now?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I have some more things that I can show off now because yeah, I didn't have much to show off 2 years ago, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cool.
that's fair enough. I have a question that I actually know the answer for, but I'm gonna throw you a curveball,
Oh no.
which is how did this start? What got you interested in, I guess, art and animation?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it was really. I mean, you know the answer. Yeah. Well, it was actually Minecraft. So, yeah. So I think yeah. So I started playing that game, and then in like high school, and then I saw like Minecraft animations, and you've heard of like Revenge and Fallen Kingdom. Yeah. I mean Captain Sparkles and stuff. So yeah, that's basically I'm like, oh man, I want to make that. That looks awesome. So yeah, that's sort of where I started my journey in 3D art.
Yeah. No, it's really cool being inspired by, like, I guess, YouTube videos essentially, and content creators is really, really cool, and it's pretty common actually. And then another good question is, what does your day-to-day look like as a professional 3D artist? So what do you do in a typical day?
Day to day, well, I guess it's pretty standard for studios to have daily stand-ups. So I like every morning you'd have like a short like 20-minute meeting with your whole team and just talk about what everyone's doing and what everyone's doing and like make sure that everyone's like keeping up to date with their tasks. That's probably a big one for a day. And I guess another big one is at the end of the day, we usually do Visref sheet. So basically, we compile all the things. We screenshot like everything that we've done throughout the day, and then we just put that onto a image, and then we just post that to show that we've done this much work throughout that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And what kind of software are you using in your day-to-day? So
Yeah.
modeling or focusing on textures? What do you normally do?
Yeah. So I guess modeling's where time takes up like a lot of time. But textures can also take a lot of time as well. I guess with how we've Upsurge is set up, we're pretty flexible on what softwares everyone uses. So we do have people using 3ds Max, Blender, and Maya, and but for texturing, it's pretty standard for everyone to be using sort of Substance Painter and Substance Designer for things. Yeah, so those are probably the main, and ZBrush. ZBrush is a big one as well. For even half the surface, we use ZBrush a lot. Yeah, and Marmoset 2WAG for rendering and showcasing our assets at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. I am now going to rapid fire curveballs to you, so mentally prepare yourself. But can you tell us a bit? Well, first of all, I'll say there was an AIE movie essentially that came out called Sissy, and I know you actually worked on that movie.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a bit about, I guess, what kind of movie Sissy is and what did you actually do?
Oh yeah, so yeah, we got the privilege to like work on a movie while I was a student at AIE, and basically they asked us to do some compositing for the film. So so in Sissy, which is like a horror satire film, I guess you would call it. Yeah, and basically we got to like do things like add blood splatter using like a tomato sauce like thingo, or like we got to do fun stuff like that. But we also got to do like screen replacement and adding like creating emoji icons and things like that. Yeah.
Can you elaborate a bit about? Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say like a lot of the stuff we've done is probably like not really seen. Like you can't really tell what we've done.
Yeah, which is usually a good thing in VFX if you can't tell. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about, I guess, the scenes you worked on?
I did a lot of the post work on the emoji shots. So I made them look pixelated, and you can see like the LED filter kind of thing. I've also actually one fun one was the speed meter. They can't there's a shot where the speed meter goes up, and you can't like shoot a camera while the speed meter is going up. So basically they took out the speed meter's needle, and then we had to make a 3D version of the speed meter animating it up. So things like that. That like a lot of people usually don't think about.
Like a really high attention to detail sort of stuff, which is really, really cool. Yeah, sweet. Also, I know you worked on a music video featuring Post Malone. Want to talk about how that happened?
I mean, that's from all the Minecraft friends I've had, right? So basically, I made a lot of like animation friends that did like Minecraft stuff, and like a lot like some of them ended up making like Poppy Playtime, some of them moved into like the music industry, some of them ended up like making animation on YouTube, and basically I kept contact with them. So and one of them found a gig making a music video that had like Post Malone, the Baby, Jack Harlow, and things like that. And they asked me if I wanted to make an environment for them. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure. It was like super crunch since I got into that project at like the very end of the project. But I got to make like a road and like some grass and trees and things, just using Quixel Mega Scan assets, and I just got to place things down. And we had I only had like 3 days working on that, but like it was like I didn't have much sleep doing that. But it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. And now you're credited in the music video and everything. It's really, really cool actually.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then I guess back to more normally questions, not as much curveballs. Is there any, I suppose, advice you'd give to young artists or people that want to get into the same field as you?
Oh man. Oh no. Well, I feel it's so hard to say. Advice for any young artists. Man, I mean, it's gonna be the generic. Join communities. You got to do what you want to do. You got to like love that work, and like definitely put like at least like a couple of hours a day on it if you really want to pursue it. Yeah. Yeah, things like that. Just keep at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think and you've observed this because you're actually also a new teacher here at AIE as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose you see it in your students as well, and like how important portfolios and stuff like that are. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, portfolios, LinkedIn, super important. Could you elaborate on the question?
Yeah, no dramas. I guess kind of for someone or students typically don't consider their portfolios and stuff, especially if they're in first year. Is there any kind of advice you could give about how to make a nice looking portfolio or anything like that?
Nice looking portfolio. Yeah, like lighting's super important for your presentation. Like, yeah, you really do want to keep make a nice presentation. ArtStation is like the industry standard pretty much for game, and film is sort of there, but like I think film is like a mix of Vimeo and ArtStation and things, and sometimes YouTube, I think. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. No dramas at all.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want to talk a bit about I guess the kind of teaching you do at AIE as well?
Oh, teaching. So right now I've been teaching professional practice for game art, design, and VFX, as they both have the same course outline, and it just like going through like technical skills and like looking for jobs within like online and things like that. I've also taken up like a morning shift where I just help out with any technical questions that any student has for their VFX major production that they're currently doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Sweet. I think Matt might have some viewer questions or questions of his own as well. Let's see if he pops up. I know he'd be dying to ask something. Yes, there he is. Oh, we can't hear.
Microphone on.
Yeah,
microphone on.
Sweet.
I can check through the viewer questions in 1 second, but I did have a couple of my own that I always want to ask.
Yeah.
Is now working as a professional 3D artist, is it exactly like kind of what you expected when you were kind of looking at being, or when you first had thoughts of being an artist and maybe even going through AIE, or is that kind of morphed and changed?
Yeah, I think it has pretty morphed and changed since I've always been in between games and films, and I have a job in games now. And yes, I also thought I wanted to get a in-house job as my first job, but I ended up doing remote, and it actually turned out pretty good. And our boss is so great, Benjamin Roach. He's let us have an office. So yeah, we have sort of an office right here, and I'm only like a few steps away from Isaac. Yeah, so
I could knock on my wall really hard and we'll probably hear.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question, which is what's it like working remotely? So Upsurge, they're international, so I'd imagine have workers all around the world. Have you connected with some of them though across countries, and what's it been like in terms of that experience?
So Upsurge is great. So we have like some communal chats that we have where we can. I think there's a couple of us playing Modern Warfare 2 from time to time. Excellent. And things like that. So yeah, things like that is good to just like get off the work bit and like and to connect with other artists in Upsurge that's also working on different projects, because we are all working on different projects. Oh, a lot of us are on different projects. So yeah.
And there was one more question that I had that I'm now blanking on. Oh, here we go. Actually, this is a good time to jump to a viewer question. Julie asks, where do you get the Minecraft inspiration from?
What?
Very good.
I mean, I just thought it was, I guess it was like the first thing that I thought looked really cool on YouTube, because I haven't seen many cool stuff on YouTube. Game trailers, Assassin's Creed trailers. I love them. They were like one of my first trailer things that I've seen. And then Minecraft animations. They were also like one of my first thing I've ever seen that's 3D. That's on like YouTube. That like just normal people can just do. Like 1 or 2 people made it. So I'm like, oh, that's where I got my inspiration. I was like, dang, that's super cool. And it only takes a couple of people to make it.
Yeah. And I remembered my question now, which was, hypothetically speaking, your absolute dream project to work on. What would it be?
Dream project.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is too hard.
You don't have to go all time, but like one of. Would it be
one of?
Yeah. If Upsurge said to you tomorrow, Minty, we have a truckload of money, you can make whatever it is you like, what would you want to make?
Oh man. I feel like I do want to. I don't know. Maybe. Man, I mean, Pixar's a big one, but like also like maybe going back to like the roots and like do some Minecraft animations could be fun. You know, a lot of fun. Yeah. So I guess those.
I was really anticipating a rubber duck game, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, making rubber ducks. Yeah.
Like a rubber duck MMO. Gap in the market.
That's true.
I'll quickly just check the live YouTube and Facebook, but I believe that was all the questions that we had. That it is. Sorry. So Isaac, I'll pass over to you for any final questions that you might have.
Yeah, sweet. No dramas. So yeah, I guess as we were saying, you've worked on like a wide range of stuff, from game art to literal films that are being shown in the cinemas here as well. Do you have, I suppose, a preference for game art or VFX, or love both as equal?
Yeah, I think I love both as equal. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah, sweet. And you also mentioned that you work remotely at Upsurge, but you've got an office here and and everything. Which is really awesome. And I guess, can you kind of talk a bit about how it's like working remotely? Because working remote is more popular these days, but specifically game development and stuff, it's pretty common to work remotely. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Working. So the first 3 months or so, I did work remotely. It was okay to start off with, but like, I feel like you do have like that. You do miss that like talking to people, and it's just you in a room, right? I think it's really good that I did end up coming to an office and have other game developers around me to talk to and things like that.
It's very good to be able to, I guess, because we're in the Game Plus space, being able to just take a few steps outside, and then you see a bunch of different developers from a wide range of games and stuff. And like, I often annoy you from time to time. I just walk in. And it's great. It's a really good time. But yeah, sweet. I guess we've only got 2 more minutes for the stream. Wow, gosh, that flew past. I might throw it back to Matt to kind of run through the website.
Oh, wait up. I think I have my AIE shirt as well. Oh, yeah, I do. AIE. Hey, welcome workers.
Cool. So we'll jump onto the website. So for anyone who is listening tonight or has dreams of being a game dev themselves, or even a filmmaker, AIE website has an abundance of resources to check out. So aie.edu.au. So if you navigate to our courses page, we have courses for ages 12 all the way through to preparing you for a career. We even have a graduate diploma, which is helping set up a business around games or opening up your own studio. So have a bit of a read about those ones. If you are in high school, we've got introductory courses. These can actually be paired with your study to give high school credits. So definitely do leverage those if you are age 15 and above. And for ages 12 to 15, we do have beginner courses and holiday courses, which are excellent. I know parents love them because it keeps the kids busy for a bit. And you can learn some skills in programming, art, or game design. In our showcase tab, we have the latest news here, graduate destinations, graduate success, such as Minty, but we've also got our events, which is a big one as well. So coming up, we've got Open Day, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, so 19th. Definitely do check that out if you are in Adelaide, Canberra, Sydney, or Melbourne. We love seeing people, meeting people, and on the days we'll have our campus completely set up, ready to go. We'll be giving presentations and going deep diving into what each course entails. So if you're thinking of doing art and animation, but you're not entirely sure what it involves, come along, meet the teachers, ask any questions you have about the courses, meet the friendly staff, play some student games, have a good day overall. So if you are interested in Open Day, just come to Showcase Events and then hit Open Day and just register for that one. Following the fortnight, we also have our online campus day as well. So for anyone who is looking at studying remotely, so it can be in Queensland or Darwin, Western Australia, Tasmania, definitely come along to the online campus day. Once again, we'll be going through presentations, what it looks like studying through the online campus. But once again, you'll get the opportunity to speak with any teachers and ask any questions to our lovely staff. The rest of the website, there's all sorts of information, as I said here. If you have any questions, hit this one here and we can get in touch, or you can just get in touch via to your local campus. Or if you're ready, you can just hit the Apply Now button, select the courses that you want, and within 2 minutes, not even, you can be kickstarting your journey. So that's the website for us, and I believe that wraps up the live stream for tonight. But thank you so much, Will, for being with us and talking about your journey at AIE and now being a professional 3D artist. And thank you so much, Isaac, as well, for being a fantastic host as always.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here, Will. It was super, super great.
A great host.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll catch you at the next live stream or in 2 weeks' time. Sorry, next weekend at Open Day. Yeah, Open Day. That's the one. All right. Thanks everyone. Bye.
See you, chat. Bye.